It started with a smudge on the conference room window. CEO Rebecca Langston hated distractions during high-stakes meetings, especially this one. She was about to close a $200 million international merger, the largest of her career. But her sharp blue eyes kept drifting to the faint smear on the glass, just behind the sleek chrome chair where the lead investor was seated. She pressed the call button under the polished oak table. A few minutes later, the janitor entered quietly. "Sorry, ma'am, I'll be quick," he murmured, eyes downcast. She barely glanced at him. Just a man in a gray uniform with a mop and a quiet presence. But he moved swiftly, wiping the smear in one clean motion, then hesitated, and placed a folded note under the edge of the table. Strange. The meeting continued, numbers flew, hands were shaken, but Rebecca couldn't focus. When the room finally cleared, she picked up the note. Just 5 words scrawled in messy ink. "Please don't sign the deal." Her brow furrowed. What kind of stunt was this? A janitor leaving warnings on billion-dollar deals? Who did he think he was? She nearly tossed it. But something made her pause. Maybe it was the shaking of the handwriting, or the smudge of what looked like a tear. She had the security team pull the file. Name, James Carter, age 39, status, widowed, child, 1 daughter, Emma, 10. Something inside her shifted. She walked down to the janitor's wing, something she'd never done before. He was there, folding towels by the industrial sink, clearly stunned to see her. "I don't make a habit of letting staff dictate boardroom decisions," she said coolly. "But I want to hear it." "Why?" James looked up, eyes heavy with exhaustion and something deeper fear. "My daughter goes to Rosewood Elementary, ma'am," he said quietly. "Right next to the manufacturing plant of that merger. I heard your contractors are planning to tear it down. School board didn't even know." Rebecca blinked. "That's not in the fine print of page 72, clause 9. 1. Relocation plans. They'll bulldoze the land by spring." He wasn't wrong. She remembered the clause vaguely. The legal team had skimmed past it. "Minor zoning shift," they said. "Standard," he continued, voice shaking now. "I'm just a janitor, but I walk my daughter to that school every morning. I lost her mother 2 years ago. That place, it's all she's got left of her. Her teachers, her friends. It's her home. If it disappears." He swallowed. "She disappears too, piece by piece." Rebecca stood frozen. She'd spent the last year poring over numbers, projections, spreadsheets, but she hadn't thought about playgrounds or 10-year-old girls trying to hold onto their world. That night she couldn't sleep. She remembered being a girl in Chicago, watching her father, a carpenter, lose everything when a factory replaced their block. No one had warned them. No one had cared. The next morning, the conference room was full. But when the investors expected her to sign, Rebecca pushed the document aside. "I've reviewed the zoning clause. We're revising the deal," she said firmly. "Rosewood Elementary stays. We'll relocate the facility further out. No community disruption." Murmurs. Raised brows. One partner protested. "That'll cost an extra $10 million. Rebecca met his eyes. "Then it costs $10 million. But it won't cost us our humanity." A week later, Rebecca showed up at Rosewood Elementary. James was volunteering at a bake sale. He looked stunned to see her again. She knelt next to a curly-haired girl selling cookies. "You must be Emma," she said softly. "Your dad just saved your school." Emma looked up. "Why, died?" "He did." Rebecca smiled. "Yes, and he reminded me that no deal, no matter how big, he's worth more than a child's smile." James blinked hard, his throat tight. "Thank you," he whispered. Rebecca shook his hand. "No, thank you. You reminded me who I used to be." The story hit the media quietly. CEO changes $200 deal to save local school. No PR spin, just a quiet act of decency. James kept working the night shift. Rebecca made sure he was promoted to building supervisor within the year. And every time she passed Rosewood Elementary on the way to work, she smiled. Because behind that fence was a girl skipping rope. And a father who taught a CEO that kindness doesn't wear a suit. Moral, sometimes the most powerful voice in the room is the one no one sees coming.